with Demon football coach Bradley Del Pivito, whose team had an open date last weekend, gets ready to resume Southland Conference play at home Saturday night against Nichols. Bradley Dale, what did last week do for your football team?
Well, we were able to get healed up, we were able to get rested, had 3 great days of practice, got our team pictures taken, had a great academic week. It was a week after midterm, so we were able to get a lot of classes dropped and really, circle academics for a week. We do that every Monday. We have a big academic meeting, but we were able to spend a lot more time on it, which was much needed at this point in the year, at the midway point academically. And then we were able to give our guys a long weekend off, which they needed. They could go home, see their family, see their high school teams play, and then catch their breath. We're going to have practice tonight, which we normally don't do, but we'll have a quick meeting, and then we'll hit the practice field for about an hour practice.
How does your schedule, and not just from a logistical standpoint, but philosophic standpoint, change coming out of an open date week? Do you do more work getting ready for this game Saturday, or do you just spread it out?
No, we actually did nothing on Nichols for 3 days. We went demons on demons. We worried about the demons, not about Nichols State. Of course, we broke them down as a staff, but to get our guys fresh, we stayed away from any video, any walkthroughs. It was literally just practice, and we got them on and off the field very quickly. So today we'll start installing our game plan, and we'll have a jump because we'll get an extra day in, and then we'll work that throughout the week. So that's kind of how we approached it, and the reason for that was to get our guys fresh.
Your team is 3-0 at home this year. Is there a good explanation for that kind of success?
Well, we've normally been a good road team, and it's kind of flip-flopped on us this year. But I think anytime you have a chance to play at home, play here in Natchez, it's in Turpin Stadium, I think a big part of that, I want to give a lot of credit to our fans, because, we've had averaged over 10,000 a game. I think I'm correct there, and our student section has been absolutely wonderful. The students are staying in town for the games, which we've asked them to do, and they're very passionate. In the stands. We've moved the football team to the press box side, and that's made it a real hostile environment for our opponents. So I think everything's worked hand in hand. It's kind of the perfect storm. But a lot of credit to our student body. I mean, just so proud of what they've done and how they're over there screaming and yelling throughout the whole game. And then, again, our fans and our season ticket holders for coming out and support the Demons. The home crowd, the tailgating has been at all-time high, and we do appreciate that. It does make a difference when you walk out and you hear everybody screaming, yelling, and then maybe the most important of all is the Demon Band, the greatest band in the land, no matter where you are. The Demon Band, Demon football and Demon athletics is not the pride on Thrush State, it's our Demon Band. They're incredible, and to have them there playing makes a big difference. So it's just the whole setting, the whole environment, the venue is incredible, and our guys have risen to the occasion at home.
All right, speaking of the band reminds me of music, and you did something different with practice last week and bringing in music into play. Talk about that. Will it continue?
It will. There's a lot of teams doing that. 2, I know for a fact, Oregon and Texas A&M, throughout their whole practice, it's music. So, we tried it. Our guys seem to really like it. So we're going to keep it up, and we're going to do it. It also really helps you focus, because you can't talk, scream, and yell, and the guys hear you. It's a little bit like a game. So we always signal, but we're really having to focus, signal, and they're having to communicate with each other on a deeper level. So I think it's helping as far as a communication, game-like situations as well.
I think it was Jamal White who said he didn't think Coach Pivito was picking the music. Who does pick the music?
You know what? Good question. Brendan Farrell, our tight ends coach, special teams coordinator, is in charge of the music. And, I know Wade Williams was going to jump in there, Joey, our strength coach. Guys with a lot more in vogue references than myself. If it was up to me, we'd be listening to Merle Haggard and country tunes. So they don't want me to pick it, nor will they let me pick it. I think, when I meet with the Demon, if I was to pick the music, and the next time I meet with the Demon Deacons, they would really be the first topic they want to talk about. So I'm staying out of the music category, but it's what they like. It's good stuff, and I actually kind of like it. So anyway, it's helped my me lift my horizons as far as the music world is concerned as well.
So no chance we'll have a pivotal period at practice.
You know what? That's a good idea. I could do it. I could take maybe Indo or something, or take 2 slots and get some country going. Now, I'm sure there's some closet country listeners out there, you know, kind of like I was at their age. You know, everybody likes country whether they want to admit it or not. So, but no, that's a good idea. I'll get me a period or 2. That's right.
Let's talk about the Nichols Colonels, which may have a little bit more to do with Saturday's outcome than the music chosen. But Nichols is an interesting team, and they have certainly evolved their offense from their old spread option to what they're doing now. Let's talk about their offense first.
Well, you see a lot of carryover from what they've always done. You know, they really, honestly, might be one of the best one-win teams we've ever played. I mean, this is a good football team, and they do a lot of good things. They give you a lot of issues. We have to have great plans, have to have a great week of practice, have to play very well to win on Saturday. And, you know, and we know the rivalry. You know, it doesn't matter what your record is or anything of that nature. When you play Nicholls State, you better pack your lunch because it's going to be a dogfight. And if you look at the series over time, it's always been. And home and away, doesn't matter. It's a dogfight. We'll have a dogfight on Saturday.
All right. The importance of the open date week, you said, was to help get us healthy. With Phil Harvey now out for the year, have you been able yet to get to a point where you've figured out who's going to do what to replace him as the Wildcat, as the receiver, as the returner?
You know what? I don't want to give away all my secrets on TV here, but, you know, we have a good plan. We have a lot of good players. We have a next man in concept, which means we don't fret over injury. I mean, our heart goes out to Phil. Phil was a super player for us, great player for us, and was having a great year. We hurt more for Phil than we do the team. You know, the team definitely will miss him, and it's very upsetting, but we're upset and hurt for Phil being a senior and having such a wonderful year. You know, with the next man in concept, somebody's got to step up and get it done, and somebody will. You know, we got a great plan going right now. That'll be revealed on game day, and you know, next guy's got to get into it. But you can't sit around. In the game of football, in all sports, injuries happen. It's part of the game, and you've got to move forward. You can't sit around and worry about it, you know, and let it affect your team. You move forward, and that's what we'll do.
Did the open date week give you some opportunities to bring along some young offensive linemen, because you had 3 starting offensive linemen watching from the sidelines?
It did. You know, we were able to work, had a great week of work against each other. We were able to work 3 and 4 deep. So we repped a lot of young guys, and there'll have to be some young guys step in this week and play, no doubt about it. But the open week gave us a chance to do that, especially getting reps versus each other.
All right, last question. Open date weekend, Saturday. Your family was out of town. You were left to yourself. How'd you spend open date Saturday?
You know, had some friends that invite me over, so I had some great gumbo, and to give a lot of credit to Stevie McCain, what a great cook he is. So I had gumbo with Stevie's gumbo, and then, you know, I just enjoyed football. I enjoyed TV. Went to my coffee club with all the coffee club guys first thing. Then I don't know that I left except to go eat. I actually went to one of our local restaurants and crushed some catfish. Blew my diet, but you know, gumbo, catfish, chips and dips. You know, Saturday open day is not the week to diet, and I took full advantage of breaking my diet. So I'm back on it, but it was a great day. And you know what? People that say they don't know what they're going to do when they retire, that's a very, very ignorant statement. I do, especially during football season. Watch football.
We're with senior kicker John Shaughnessy as the Demons get back to action, getting ready to play Nicholls State Saturday in a homecoming game. This is your senior year, John. Homecoming, a little more special for the players than any other home game?
Not so much. I guess the fact that it's Nicholls is what makes it special. Homecoming will have a lot of people in the stands, so it will be special. Although the fact that it is Nicholls, the real NSU, this rivalry never dies down. It always lives up. And so it's a little more special with that respect.
You had an open date week. What did that do overall for the team?
It was tremendous for us. It got from a physicality standpoint, it got us back as far as where we need to be with our conditioning and our legs and just being strong to be able to finish the season. And then mentally, it just gave us a break. I think a lot of guys were kind of just getting, on that grind, kind of worn out. And to only have just 2 or 3 practices during the week and just an off week to go home, it was great for us.
All right. Special teams have had some very high points this year, and we've had some frustrations. What kind of work did you guys do during open date week to address what needs to get better?
Well, I feel like over the course of the season, we got outside of our basics. We got outside of the little things that we were a little more focused on grand scheme of just, executing fakes and things, and we lost our fundamental technique. So we were able to get that back. From my standpoint, our kickoff team was doing very poorly, and so we were able to kind of readjust, depth chart and readjust technique, and so we've gotten back in that way. And just all over the special teams, we were able to, really coach up, or really, get coached up on some things that we really needed to correct.
Okay, you have 4 games left, and while you're certainly focused on Nichols, have you guys talked about the idea that if you win these 4 games, you win the conference championship?
Well, certainly that is, in the back of our mind, but I hope we keep it there. That's been the case the past 2 years, and we just have one goal. I hope we all have one goal, and that's to beat Nichols, to be the real NSU. We have. I don't even know who we play next. I'm not even going to ask who we play next. So it's just Nichols, and that's it.
With senior safety Jamal White, also senior kick returner Jamal White, as the Demons come off the off week and get ready to play Nichols for homecoming on Saturday, I'll ask you the same question that I asked John, in that does homecoming mean anything more to the football team than another home game?
Yeah, it's just the spirit and everything around the campus, and it all comes down to the football game. So, and all the alumni come, the people that play with us come to see us play.
Looking at the open date, what did the break do, first of all, for the entire team as opposed to just the defense? What did it do for the entire team?
Like John said, we worked on fundamentals, went back to what we didn't do in the games that we could work on. We worked on being more enthusiasm in practice and taking it to the game. We had music out there, just trying to get everybody back to where we were at the beginning of the season.
Okay, talk about playing music during practice. I know that sometimes that gets done when coaches are concerned about crowd noise, but now the point was to have fun out there. What was the music? Did you guys like it?
Yeah, it just makes practice go by faster, man. When you're out there at 2 o'clock, no one's out there, the stands are empty, everybody's dead because they don't want to practice, the coach is yelling. So we just needed something to have us going out there, and the music really did that.
Who picks the music?
I know Coach P didn't do it, so I have to say the GAs did. The GAs picked good music, so
they did a good job with what they picked.
Yes, sir.
Okay, are you guys going to put in any requests?
Probably not, because you know what we listen to, Doug. So it's all edited, nothing out there, that's not supposed to be said. So they got it under control.
Okay. Now let's talk football and the defense, and what are the things the defense needs to do better in these last 4 weeks?
We just need to swarm. We need to get to the ball. We need to play with relentless effort, man. Just finish these last 4 games. Go back to the defense that we had in 2011. I mean, we lost some key players, Jeremy Lane, Cassius Pollard, but we got good corners this year to make up for that. So we just need to get back on track like we were.
Okay, with the loss of Phil Harvey, suddenly you're our number 1 kickoff return guy. I'm sure while we hate to have Phil on the sidelines, that's an opportunity that you really look forward to.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity. I mean, sad for Phil how good he was going at the rate, through the wards and stuff, man. The ACL tear, you just gotta keep going and just pray that everything will be all right. And we pray for him that everything will be all right too. We're just gonna get it done. Okay.
Have you had an opportunity yet to look at any Nichols tape or?
I looked at some over the bye week. They're traditional. They're out for them. They do everything. So we can't look past them because they came in here, beat us in 2010, 36-0, 36 something. But we just gotta get ready for them like we do any other opponent. We don't know the next game, like John Sanji said.
All right. Talk about your play individually. You've had a pretty doggone good season so far. What can you do better in this last 4 games?
Just focus. Be a leader. Be a better leader that Coach Peeve wants. Just take my game up to the next level so we can win.
We're with senior defensive end Anthony Gilbert as the Demons come off the open date week and get ready for the homecoming game Saturday night in Turpin Stadium against Nichols. Anthony, I'll ask you the same question about homecoming. Does this game each year carry any more emphasis for the football team than another home game does?
Of course, because it's homecoming. Everybody's going to be there, the alumni, everybody else. It's going to be very important, first of all, because it is a game, it is the next game. And we're also competing for the Real NSU trophy, so of course it's important.
All right, Nichols, an in-state rival that is always really tough for the Demons to hurdle past, and we beat them the last 2 years, but they came in and shut us out here 3 years ago. What do you expect from the Nichols Colonels?
I expect a fight, of course, because they are going to come in knowing that we have beat them for the past 2 years. So they're going to come in fighting, working hard, trying to beat us or shut us out. But we're not going to let that happen.
As a defensive end, they like to throw the ball a lot, as a lot of our opponents do. What can happen to ramp up the Demon pass rush and the pressure against the Colonels?
That comes with us as a D-line and as a D-line coach. We're going to come out and fire all cylinders. We're going to go get going. We've been working on that a lot, and we've seen it in a past game where I think we had, like 5 or 6 sacks, and that felt good as a D-line, and we seen how proud that made our coaches, and we want to do that again, so it's coming.
All right, the Demons are undefeated in Turpin Stadium this year. Got a chance to go 4-0 at home for the first time since 2004. What makes playing at home more successful for this team?
I think it's the setting, because we don't have to worry about other crowds. We're at home. It's like once you're at home, you have that certain feeling where you can't be stopped. And that's what we're going into our home game with. And we're used to the field. We don't have to get used to it or get used to the climate or anything like that. So we're ready.
I know that the philosophy is the next game is the most important game, but have you guys talked at all about the idea that if you win these last 4, you're conference champions?
Of course, we've talked about it, but like Coach Peeve always says, the next game is the most important game. We're worried about the next game. Of course, everybody else wants to, win out and be a conference champion. But the next game we got to take it one day at a time, one step at a time. So we're just worried about Nichols.
All right, Anthony, you had an open date on Saturday. What'd you do?
On Saturday, we went home. We was able to go home and, chill with our family, relax for a little bit, get our legs back, and get focused up for Monday's practice or stuff like that, getting ready for Nichols. So we just relaxed and kind of just chill.